the stolen valor, Tim Kennedy.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It was so basically he said he did receive the award, and then we found out that he didn't get the award.
Hmm. And there's a real big issue with this.
Oh yeah,
Several big issues with this.
yeah,
Starting with the fact that you disgraced all the men's hard work who actually did achieve that. Let's start
right.
with that.
In the military,
The disrespect, right? Taking their crowning achievement. Number two, in his thing, he says, let me actually just read it. Actually, I don't even want to read the full thing. You can go look at the fucking Instagram, but the guy's a dumbass, so I'm just going to read the main thing you need to hear, which is, I implied directly or indirectly that I was awarded the Bronze Star with Valor. That is not true. So, you implied directly or indirectly, so you're not taking ownership, but you're taking ownership.
right.
You know what I
I
mean?
said
You
it, but I
fucking,
didn't say
you
it. I
fucking
said it, but I
clown.
didn't say it. Yeah, I said it, but I didn't say
Let me
it.
translate for you. You're sorry you got caught, Brody. That's the only thing you're sorry for is that you got caught, and that's the only reason why you're apologizing. So get your fucking fake ass apology out of here. We don't want to hear it. Go apologize to the veterans. You did this because you wanted to sell a book. Because you wanted to sell a book.
Right.
You fraudulent piece of crap.
Yeah,
You got Joe Rogan like a fucking fool crying on his podcast about the war stories you told him that weren't even fucking true.
that's crazy work, bro.
That's crazy, crazy work.
Crazy.
Joe Rogan, did you talk to Tim Kennedy about that? Oh my god, Joe Rogan, you can stop crying now, Brody. It's all fucking fake, and you
And
should
not
have
only that,
known this.
you could never look a person in the military in the eye again. You know what I mean? Because you're a piece of. I mean, I live in San Diego, so like the military is heavy out here. You feel me?
Get rid of your uniform, bro.
Yeah.
You can, and he also there's other things too that like people have exposed. Like he claims like these war stories where like he like was a member of authority, right, in the army or wherever he was, and that's not true. He was never like a member of authority to where like he could call out other soldiers and shit like that. So I want to say that this is one of many lies that he is just now admitted to, but this is not the only lie. Because I see a lot of people, oh, well, at least he fucking admitted it. It takes a real man to admit it. Cub Swanson. Get your sorry ass out of here, bro. I'm about to be pissed off at you, too. With that stupid ass fucking opinion. You know what I mean? Calling him a good man and shit like that. He's a fraud, bro. He's a
Right.
fraud and a brainwasher
Yeah.
and a fucking fake alpha male.
And if you because you start peeling back the layers, right? You start peeling back the layers, and you see for people for who they really are and what they're doing in order to try to. I mean, honestly, it's clout, money, fame, all of the things that they're wanting and needing to make them feel, like I'm a look at me,
Mm-hmm.
going on like you just said, like going on Joe Rogan. I mean, what are you gonna get an Oscar now?
Right.
He should become an actor.
He should be ashamed of himself, is what he should be.
Well, yeah. And some people don't have they have no moral compass either, so they could swallow that, but that's hard for me personally to ever swallow. So I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And here's what I imagine happening. You know, they approach him. Oh, you're a former UFC fighter. You were a soldier, because that was his big thing too. When he was in the UFC, he was always trying to sell that as his gimmick. So I'm
Right.
sure after he retires, he gets approached or whatever the case. You're a soldier. Let's do a book. You know what I mean? Tell us your war stories. And then once they start getting to the minutia, they're like, oh, so you don't got anything else you could tell us? Like, what about this? What about that? Can we doctor anything up? Because this isn't worth selling a book. No, we're not going to sell any copies. We need an accolade. We need
Yeah.
something, right, to get people to buy the book.
And you start selling your soul.
And this
you
fucking
start-
clown did it. This fucking
Yeah,
clown
you
did it.
start-
He sold his damn soul.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what disgusts me. And then you just turn around after you make all those dollars, you print all that money, right? You go on Joe Rogan, get Joe Rogan to sell your book for you, because that's pretty much if people aren't familiar, Joe's also been pissing me off lately. I don't know what his deal is. He does have good episodes from here and there, but like, and this isn't even a big criticism, but for the record, Joe has a lot of people on who like just come out and release new books. And the whole idea behind having them on is because they just released a book and he's trying to help them sell it. And that's exactly why he had Tim Kennedy on, where Tim Kennedy got a platform to sell bullshit ass war stories, which turned into actual sales on books.
Right. No, 100%.
You know?
100%. I mean, he's like it's like going on Oprah, right? It's a modern day Oprah.
Yeah, definitely. Joe Rogan is like the Oprah for men, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 So another thing, this is the biggest issue with him, right? Is that A podcast about a year ago, not a year ago, about December of last year, came out, really kind of exposing him. It did its waves on social media. I may have posted about it, I may not have. I'm not fully sure, honestly. I do remember reading about it, and I mean, I at least thought it was post worthy, so I probably did post about it. But they claimed about all of his stuff being fake, right? So what resulted in that is his sponsor, Black Rifle Coffee Company, saw those allegations or those accusations in that video from former vets. They're veterans themselves, so they know all the terminology and they read through it, right. And that's why they deciphered that Tim's a fraud. Long story short, after that video comes out, his sponsor drops him, Black Rifle Coffee Company. And in their contract for the sponsorship, it said something along the lines of like, if there is stolen valor, right, then like we will cancel this sponsorship. Meaning like that, you know what I mean? That's something that could terminate the clause.
Right.
And that's fair. I think that's how all business works. Like if we find out you fucking lied about everything you've been saying, then no.
Oh, you lose all your credibility of what we were trying to sell.
Yeah, so then we're just going to drop you and there's no legal shit you can do. So they did that to him. And what he did is he has a website where he sells his books and all this other stuff. And he kept Black Rifle Company
on there
up as a sponsor. And so they contacted him multiple times, take it down, take it down, take it down. He didn't take it down. They finally threatened legal action. And then the issue with this, because I was trying to piece it together, like why did he take it down though? His website when they threatened legal action. And again, the reason why is because the legal action was going to expose the clause in the contract of you could terminate if there's stolen valor. So there's about to be a whole entire lawsuit over the fact of his stolen valor if they pursued that. And so that's why he deleted his website, because he doesn't want to go through a lawsuit with stolen valor because he knows he lied. And that's why he just came out and admitted to it too. And now he's like kind of getting ahead of everything, meaning like he just admitted to it, giving Black Rifle Coffee Company the green light to drop him as a sponsor because he just admitted to it. But what he saves is all the other lies he told don't get to be revealed in court. That's what was going to happen if he went to court with Black Rifle Coffee Company. So that's what doesn't meet the eye. That's what nobody wants to talk about. When people be saying, "Oh, at least he admitted it." No, he admitted it because the clause in his contract was about to expose a lot more than that.
Let me ask you this: as a a podcaster in this space, as a journalist in MMA, how do you take a stand on something like this, knowing a lot of people may say, "Oh, Perry Punch, that he's wrong for saying that," because you'll get backlash from people. So I'm just wondering, like, how do you stand on that as a platform?
I'm interested. So that's why I always let my moral compass like direct things. And even if I'm not a fan of something, like I'll be honest about it. You know what I mean? Like with the women's division, like sure I talk shit, but like I always say, I just don't like it. You know what I mean? Shoot me over it. You know what I mean? Like come on, I don't like it, but I'm open about it. With this, I just use my moral compass. If I notice that there's flaws in things, I'll point them out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would be the first person to come on here if it comes out that Tim Kennedy wasn't a fraud, but Tim Kennedy admitted himself that he's a fraud. So that's what I'm kind of careful about, is just, I guess, not casting too much judgment, but like when I can cast judgment, I'll cast the judgment.
Right.
And for this one, I feel like I don't feel bad about it because of all the things I just listed, right? The fact that it's not a real apology. So I guess I look deeper into things. If I didn't look at the whole thing of why the sponsor dropped him and why he admitted to it, see, I just get curious like that. Like I always want to know like the whole thing behind it. And so if I didn't do that homework, I probably wouldn't be able to feel as compelled to say what I want to say. You feel me?
Right.
But I guess because I do the homework, it kind of comes with an opinion. After a while, you be reading that shit and you're like, your blood starts to boil, or you kind of start to feel bad for somebody. With BJ Penn, it's almost like both. Like I almost don't believe BJ, but I feel sorry for him. So that's like a confliction where I don't always know where to fall. Because you're asking,
a whole nother.
But you are asking me like, how do you know where to fall sometimes? And for that one, I'll admit, I want to support BJ, but then there's some things where I'm like, dude, you must be bullshitting.
Or there's something wrong.
Right. So
this guy did something completely where he knew he just kept on making up shit, just to keep chasing whatever he was chasing when it comes to money and fame. And then it got to a point where,
he He had to fucking finally admit to it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure too. He's living a double life, right? He's living oh yeah, I did all this, blah 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 blah. You know, you got it written, you got fucking books, you got to stand on that. You know what I mean? It takes one person to fucking do a little bit of investigation. Like, did you get the award? Because
And my thing is, he's so boastful about it. If I was him and I made that book and everything, I would fucking just like really like keep that shit like under wraps after it's all said and done. He's like posting in military uniforms as we speak.
Yeah, you could probably post that video of him crying on Joe Rogan and then like.
Yeah, I did post it when I fucking notified everyone of him admitting stolen valor. Yeah. And okay, so also just because I like that question that you gave me, but I'll say this one too. That's why I'm wondering if I did post about it last year when those people brought it up on a podcast. But like when they brought it up on a podcast, if I did post about it, I don't think I was like fuck Tim Kennedy then. But now I'm like fuck Tim Kennedy. You feel
you probably gave him the benefit of the doubt at the time.
I did. And that's what I try to do most of the time. I'd rather look dumb for being like for giving someone credit, right? Than be an asshole for. That's why with BJ I'm conflicted. Because I'm okay with looking dumb to give him credit than looking like a dick and then it turns out he was right and nobody was ever listening to him in the first place. You feel me? Because I'd feel bad about that. I really would actually feel bad about that.
And didn't BJ Penn just ask the judge to do a DNA test?
Yeah, I think he's asking for that.
Yeah. So I mean...
So let's give him that shit. Let's find out. I'm all about answers, bro.
Let's find out.
I'm all about answers. That's all I want is the truth.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's all about Tim Kennedy. But I did want to just show you something real quick, which is like a Tim Kennedy. I want to pull up his Instagram because this guy is just so fucking like annoying to listen to. And like I'm a fitness guy, right? Like I like hitting the gym all the time. Like I'm big into it. I got like fitness influencers I like Sam Solik. Shout out to Sam Solik. But this guy.
There was a few things I forgot that you brought up. Okay, I was looking at the list again.
Let me pull this up real quick. I gotta find the right toxic ass.
You know what we should do in the beginning is I wonder if we could put a screenshot of all the topics.
Like I could probably just put that up on screen. I could. Let me find one of these toxic ass stupid videos real quick.
Okay. That's probably what pisses you off too. Because that's super fake.
Super fake.
Yeah.
I probably can't find shit right now. There was one recently where he was like flexing a workout and I just hated watching it. And he's just like telling other people like get up and go out and be active. Oh, here it is. Like, dude, this guy's such a fucking cornball.
That have set down the sword. You know, like other incredible trainers, professional fighters.
Like shirts off in the gym, like with your microphone.
And what is about this environment that's so special?
Well, for one, I do this to feel normal at the end of the day. So, like, I need that little bit of fulfillment.
And I'm not even trying to hate on this, dude. I just hate fucking Tim Kennedy.
For one, I just need to feel normal.
Look at him here. Fucking like 50-year-old dude just like flexing like he needs attention.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to get off Tim Kennedy. Shout out to the Black Rifle Coffee Company for fucking dropping his ass and making all of this stuff happen. Shout out to Black Rifle Coffee
That was the
Company.
thread that got pulled
that was the fucking string right there.
Nice.
The final straw that fucking the whole Jenga fucking tower came.
Well, because you're 100% right too, and I guess I'll just end it on this. I mean, like if you're out here fucking faking the funk and shit and putting this out there and putting this like aura out there of who you are and what you stand for, and it has to deal with the military, people that are risking their lives on a daily basis, and you're putting out lies about awards that you didn't win for people that put their lives at risk. Nah, bro, fuck all that.
Fuck all that. And then it's like you lie about that, right? What else are you willing to lie about? Like your social media, and this is what everybody hates about social media, right? The people who basically just put out that fake positivity to a super like crazy extent, like oh, like I go to the gym 7 days a week, or like, oh, you're tired, just keep working. It doesn't matter if you're tired, just push through it. Almost like that. People don't like David Goggins for that because David Goggins is a little bit like toxic with it. And I feel like that's what this guy is. Like he's trying to be a model for how to live your life, right? But bro, he's lying about the military service. This guy's definitely lying about waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning too. He ain't fucking doing that. Or whatever time he says he wakes up in the morning, he's lying. Whatever he says he eats throughout the day, he's fucking lying. Let me guess. It's the fucking perfect thing to do. Let me guess. Yeah. It's the fucking, he's got the perfect diet. Let me guess. You know what I mean? He's got the fucking perfect schedule planner. Like, everything's perfect for Tim Kennedy. Why? Because he's a fake social media fucking bullshitter. Nothing about him is real. And like that, the fact that you lie about the military on that's like the highest, worstest thing you could possibly lie about. Yeah. It doesn't get worse than that. The honor of the country, the disgrace for people who have died for bronze fucking medals. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to lie to me about what you eat throughout the day? Telling me you eat Greek yogurt for fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Get the fuck out of here. You fucking eat Cheetos for breakfast and ice cream for dinner. We all know it. You wake up at like 8 a.m. Yeah. You don't even wake up early. You go to bed at midnight.
You know what's funny is just because, like, you know, I've been talking to you a lot more, like, on some of these kung fu masters. Mm-hmm. Anybody out there listening to this, you want some knowledge? You want to have an example of how you should live your life? Just go to a monastery. Mm. Go do a week's worth of kung fu fucking training and shit. Want to see someone live a life and fucking be very eating well, thinking well? The people are trying to get their education from the wrong people.
Bro, I would get anxiety just looking at Tim Kennedy's Instagram. You know what I'm saying? What kind of like the word that stands out to what you kind of said is like, go seek some peace. You feel me? That social media shit where someone's yelling in your fucking face about what you're not doing, trying to make you feel bad. That's what Tim Kennedy does. This is what he does. He says that he's in the gym, and then he's like, if you're not in the gym, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just wasting your life away. It's like, bro, there's somebody who wants to go to the gym and they're sitting at home right now fucking lazy to do it. But they might be self-conscious because they're fat. And then they open up their phone, and now you're telling them, oh, well, you're still lazy because you didn't show up. When they're thinking in their head, well, I want to go, but I'm fat. You know what I mean? Like, people got issues, bro. You don't need to bash people and add to their fucking anxiety. So
yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, like the whole yelling at you to do you know, right and shit like that. Go seek some peace. Go hit the gym. You know what I mean?
And this is what great motivators do. The real ones. And much more face to face, I guess you could say. It's hard to do on social media, but you find what motivates every person, because what motivates Perry Punch and what motivates MTK could be two different things. Mm-hmm. But in order to get them on the right path to where they want to go, you dig deep, you find out, you know, and you use that as fuel to help them gain their goals, achieve their goals, which should fulfill you as you're helping them on the journey. So I think people are seeking knowledge from all the wrong people.
Yeah, and so I actually feel bad for Tim. It seems like he's a pretty lost soul, if you ask me. And he could probably use a mentor, somebody to come into his life and tell him how to live his life, because he doesn't know how to live his life.
And here's the bigger picture. There are more lost souls right now probably than ever because of social media.
Oh, definitely.
It's a dragon.
There's this other thing I've been seeing where I think Luke Thomas actually reposted it today. He was saying like you know, like I say,
homie,
you say something good, say something profound. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm on to it. But he said like basically that constant scrolling on social media, there's gonna be some serious damages to it, in the sense of like when you cook food, right? You're listening to music or you're listening to a podcast. When you're brushing your teeth, you're listening to something on YouTube, right? When you're sitting on the couch doing nothing, you're scrolling on your phone. There's always a void or a need to fill that void of like silence, right? And that's actually because I'm always on social media because it's my fucking job. That's something I try to practice big in the day, is like going big chunks of time of just silence. Because I always have to be listening to like a YouTube a video to get like an opinion on something and to learn something. So, and that's constant. That's like a lot of my day, and it kind of sucks. So there are times like if I shower or something like that, and like let's just say there's nothing playing, I'll like notice, okay, no sound because I just showered and shit, and I'll just like try to extend that for as long as I can.
100%.
Yeah, so that's something. If you be scrolling a lot, try to fucking get a little bit of silence throughout the day.
Yeah, Ray and I
go on a walk, no fucking music, just go for your little walk.
Yeah, Ray and I, he said something to me. I wrote it down the other day. Be comfortable being bored. Get to that point.
It's like being by yourself, literally, not without listening to those other voices. You know what I mean? Like by yourself in your own thoughts.
Yeah, be comfortable being bored. When I heard that, I was like, nah, that's 100% right, because we're always seeking something, some type of noise, some type of gratification, instant gratification too, and you could put whatever that is, TV, social media, food, sex, music, whatever that void is.
Bro, I just thought of the best comparison. You ever sleep with a fan on?
Yeah, yeah.
And then what happens when you turn off that fan and try to go to sleep?
I can be like restless.
Right, because it's super quiet, right? It's that dead silence you're not used to. That always happened to me because I actually used to always sleep with a fan, but my fan broke and I just haven't bought a new one, so I got used to it. But that's why I always slept with a fan, because whenever there was no fan, I would notice it and it'd be like too quiet for me. And I feel like that's what that social media or always like filling that void does, is like once it turns off, there's like that itch, like you got an itch in your back. You feel me? And that's why you pull out your phone again and start fucking scrolling or put on a YouTube video. It's like the same as like sleeping with the fan on.
Yeah, I mean, these guys that created these things, they modeled it after a slot machine, Ching, 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 ching,
and
ching.
I'd be adding to it. We got clips that go out. We got clips that go out and add to the algorithm, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we live in an entertainment world, you know what I mean? So like, it's a double-edged sword for sure. You just gotta. It's like anything in life. You have to have balance, right?
You gotta balance it.